All right. Hey, everybody. We're here for a Monday Strength Day. So let's get this shirt out to the groups so we can de-escalate, decompress. My way of processing the day, other than processing it with Jesus, is a workout. It's something that I feel like it frees my soul when I train. I'm able to release my mind, my will, and emotions into the training. But as always, we seeking the first part of this is why I train at the end of my day. Is we seek first the kingdom, we get into the Word, we do the daily bread, and then we do our work. We provide. We get the stuff done that needs to get done before that. I personally, this is just in my life, before I do the body, and that is ultimately why I eat one meal at the end of the day. If you're curious as to why, I'm going to share this also to my X3 crew, and then we're just going to rock. So typically we're going to prepare, and when we prepare, we want to do some smooth agility stuff. The goal would be warm up properly. I like to do some staff mobility. I like to do some deep squat, some breathing, some hip hinges, reverse lunge rotations, scapular push-ups, band pull apart, some glute bridges, and dead hangs. And then we're just going to go into a measurement test. In this case, today's measurement is going to be a pull-up test. So we're going to go to one set of strict pull-ups right off the bat. So if you guys are open for it, let's get some pull-ups on, huh? And let's see how you guys feel inside of this. Let me make sure I've got this shirt out to the right groups, and then we're gonna rock, guys. We're gonna go right to it. Yeah. In case you're wondering too, I do have two groups. Welcome to join. If you are wanting to kind of restore the warrior, is going to be more kingdom focused. We do hit up fitness, nutrition, personal development, and of course, it's all with the North Star being seeking the kingdom. But if you're looking for something that's more just, hey man, I just want to figure out like how to eat like you. Not many people can or want to, but if you do, if you're one of those weirdos that like think, hey man, I'll eat one meal a day and I'll go carnivore, I got a group for you just for that, okay? It's called OMAD Carnivore, 1 meal a day carnivore. Okay, either way, feel free to hit me up, but let's begin with a one max set of strict pull-ups is what we're starting with today. And again, make sure you get that warm-up in before you go straight into it, and then we're gonna move into, after this, we're gonna move into strength. All right, here we go. One more. All right. 22, which is a new PR, at least in this season. So let's get the timer up because we're going to move into squats, 2 working sets each set. The goal On this next set, it's going to be X3 bars. We're going to do a front squat, and we're going to do the orange band plus the original light gray, target being that 13 to 15 rep range. At least that was last week, so we're going to stick to that, see if we can hit it up, okay? So we'll get set up here, go down a little bit to the floor. A little bit higher here, there you go. So we got the orange band and get all the bands. Orange and the light gray. So floor, put the orange band in. Let's put the gray band in as well. So we got them both. Okay. So here we go. Now we gotta get the hooks in. Let's get that light gray in and the orange. Okay, so we got a drink of water, and then we're gonna do squats. So let's see what we got. Yeah, we're right about that time, ready to go. Big inhale at the bottom. All right, 15. Okay, so get the timer back. So, we're gonna do 2 sets. You need a 2-minute timer in between each set if you're doing strength work. So 15 reps for, whoo, those squats get your heart rate up. That was the orange elite band and the original light gray combined. And I'm gonna do 2 sets of those. Okay? Okay. So get your timer on. And grab a drink of water. Okay. So plan on here is don't forget to write your pull-up max. Okay, we're gonna do one more set in a minute. All right. I like to work out barefoot, at least with the squats. Feels free. Okay, we've got, let's go for a set of 15. Oh, okay. Oh. Timer. Okay. We're done with squats. We did 2 sets of 15. Now, got chest press. We're gonna go with the orange band. Last week it was 14 and 12. Let's see what we got this week. But you need to rest first. So, grab your timer. Make sure you got 2 minutes rest between each set. Okay. So, this is a setup for, it's almost like you're putting a backpack or a briefcase pack on. That's how we're gonna set up with this band. And we're gonna do chest press in a second here. Grab a drink of water and then we'll start. All right. So you strap it behind your back. As so. Looks like that behind your back. Okay. Start about parallel with your forearms parallel to the floor. At least it's the way I like to do it. We're just gonna breathe out. You do as many reps as we can, all right? Make sure to, on your exhale. Your exhale is when you're pushing. Inhale is when you come back towards the chest. Okay, take a break, get a 2-minute rest, record your reps. I'm gonna go write it down on the board. So I was, last week I left to LA for a work trip and I got to hang out with my brother at the Lifetime Fitness, if you've ever been. This one was in a Lisa Viejo area. Awesome. So I was able to design a few workouts, more like an athlete on that Thursday, Friday. Wednesday I took off, it was a travel day. Saturday, Sunday, obviously traveling Saturday back home from LA to Canada, so I took those days off too. And then today I had a big deal, mentally a big deal, and so here I am, giving everything to Jesus, giving everything to God, and releasing physically all that I am. But physical training is only of some value. Spiritual training is eternal value. Amen? So that's why I do a lot of these training sessions toward the end of my day, because the spiritual endeavors, the ability to captivate and hold those thoughts captive all day long for as long as possible, to me, training is almost a reward I give myself after I've accomplished what needs to be done in the day, if that makes sense, at least in my own brain. And even how I reward myself with the one meal, because I don't think you need more than that, especially if you have a ferocious appetite like I do. I never have a problem eating as much as I need to energy-wise for that 1 hour. Okay, one more session, at least on this second set. So here we go. All right, set your timer. And we're gonna do another 2-minute rest until the next exercise. So our next exercise is deadlift. And we're also gonna be hitting the orange band for that one. All right, so let's get the orange band set up in here. I'll cue down there. All right, so for my deadlift grip, sometimes I do a hook grip. So I grab my middle and index finger over the bar, and then I throw over the middle and the index finger on the bar. And other times I do a combination of a mixed grip, and that goes back to my Olympic lifting and powerlifting days. So you gotta ultimately test grips for yourself, but stay consistent with it. I find if I do an alternating grip with my right hand on front and my left hand underneath, that's my favorite grip for max grip, so that that bar has no chance of escaping my hands. And I like to use a little bit of chop too. So if you have sweaty hands, obviously be careful. I've seen a lot of injuries this way, if not used properly and letting go of that bar. So chalk it up if you're going heavy. The orange band is pretty freaking insane if you're doubling the band as it's prescribed for a deadlift, right? Just like you would double the band for the press, same type of thing, double band, and going underneath your platform. And now we're gonna hit it up for deadlifts, okay? Grab a drink of water, chalk it up, and then we'll get right to it. Deadlift orange band, let's go. There it is. Here's the chalk, chalking it up, right? Get on the platform. Right hand over, left hand behind. Get in your deadlift position. And let's execute. Oh, 15. All right, so 2 working sets. Get your timer, and then we're gonna take 2-minute rest between those sets. So that's good. 15 in my first number. We're doing strength set today. So if you're just joining and tuning in, we already did a max set of pull-ups on that bar back there. Today I did 22 strict. And then primary strength squat. We're doing 2 working sets. Front squats. We're hitting that 13 to 15 rep range. Chest press, 2 working sets. Hit that 12 to 15 rep range in whatever band you need. Deadlift, 12 to 15 rep range. 2 working sets. And then after this, we're gonna do overhead press for that part of the strength workout, at least for today. So there's 4 different exercises in this primary strength session using the X3, right? Perfect, okay. So grab a drink of water and we're gonna do another deadlift. Okay, get that set up there. Here you go. Get another chalk session. Woo! All right. Get yourself mentally prepared. Deadlift takes a lot out of you, especially if you're going heavy. Find your optimal grip. Mine's going to be left hand underneath, right hand over. Get your setup. And begin. Big inhale at the bottom. Oh man, that was harder than the first set. Okay, write it on the board. All right. Now we got, next set is shoulder press. So original dark gray, I think, was the band that we used. So let's get it. I'll go get that original dark gray band. And that's what we're going to use for this one, because we're looking for 10 to 15 rep range. Try to beat last week's progression. All right. So I'm going to fix this so you can see. Overhead, right? About right. Go a little bit more back. Okay, yeah. Starting right about the chest level, overarm lock. Okay? So you're gonna squeeze through the butt, ground in the heels, keep your chest high, and just stay tight all the way through as you kind of hit the top point, and then nice controlled rep down. Okay? All right, let's rock. Whoa. All right. Hit your timer. Record your reps. Right on the board. So we got next up, after this set, we're gonna do structural strength of 3 rounds. So we're gonna do a Bulgarian split squat, 20 pounds each hand, 8 a leg. Okay. We're gonna do perfect push-ups, one-armed dumbbell row, single leg glute, hanging knee raises, and a side plank. And we're gonna do 60 seconds rest on those. And we're gonna, we are going to do 3 rounds of that. And then we're gonna do a grip and carry. And then we're gonna recover with some stretching. So that would conclude this workout once we finish. Okay? We still got one more working set of shoulder press before we do any of that. So get that recovery. Let's lower this down a little bit. Okay, right on the board. Okay, now let's set up the next round of exercises. So, Bulgarian split squat. Let's make sure we got that properly ready. And that. Okay, so yep, it's gonna be on the bench. So let's set up the bench first. Okay. Like that. Let's get our perfect push-ups. Here. Bring this guy out of the way. What else? So Bulgarian split squats. We got perfect push-ups, one arm dumbbell row, 10 aside, single leg glute. Okay. So I'm just gonna take a picture, and then we're gonna look at this. Save the photos. Keep it open. Push-ups, row, single leg glute, hanging knee raises, side plank. Okay? So this way you can see everything. And we're gonna do 60 seconds rest between each round. Let's get the timer ready. Start with split squats, 20 pound. Switch it up. Okay. That way. Now we do perfect push up. To where you guys can see it. Okay. Now we got one arm dumbbell rows, 10 aside. Grab here. Down, hanging, single leg glute bridge. So we go to the ground, okay? Now we got hanging raises. See if you can see it up there. I'm gonna go a little bit down. Okay. So one set, 2 of those, or 2 more, 3 rounds total. 60-second rest in between. So we're gonna go back to Bulgarian split squats for the next round in a few seconds here. Okay. All right, quick break. We got one more round, guys. full workouts in the description. So every time I post these, you'll see everything I'm doing from top to bottom. Grab a drink of water and we'll do it one more time. Okay guys, so now we're at a grip and carry. So we had two X3 bar holds. So we grab the bar. Grab the shorter band. We're going to do a hold for how long we can hold that in a carry, okay? Timer ready. seconds of burst hold. So let's do that one more time. Get a quick break. We're going to do 2 of these, and then we're going to finish it off with some recovery stretching. After this, gonna give a little walk. All right, write it down. All right, now we stretch it out, guys. So it's time to stretch. Start downward dog. Stretch out the calves. Let's do a little calf stretch. And that's it, guys. God bless you. If you have any questions about any of this stuff, feel free to reach out. Seek first the kingdom. God bless.